In September 2025, a young woman from Belarus boarded a plane to Thailand, excited about a modeling opportunity that promised to change her life. Less than 2 months later, her family would be left with more questions than answers, and her story would become an urgent warning about the dark reality of online job scams and human trafficking in Southeast Asia. This is the story of Vera Kravtsova.
Vera Kravtsova was born on December 31, 1998, in Minsk, the capital city of Belarus. Minsk is home to nearly 2 million people and sits in Eastern Europe, a region with deep cultural roots and complex history. From an early age, Vera showed a passion for the arts. Her parents, Sergei and Olga, recognized her talent and enrolled her in music school, where she learned to sing, dance, and play various instruments. Those who knew her described her as talented and determined, someone who dreamed big and wasn't afraid to chase those dreams. As a teenager, Vera worked part-time at a restaurant while continuing her studies, contributing to her family's household expenses. After finishing high school, she made a bold decision. Instead of attending university, she would travel and see the world. In 2018, at just 19 years old, Vera left Belarus and moved to China. Over the next several years, she traveled throughout Asia, visiting countries like Singapore and Vietnam. To support herself, she worked various jobs, including singing in small bars and doing occasional modeling work. Despite being thousands of kilometers from home, she maintained daily contact with her parents, who supported her unconditionally. By September 2025, at 26 years old, Vera was looking for her next opportunity, something that could advance her career and provide financial stability. The opportunity came through social media, possibly through Telegram, a messaging platform that has unfortunately become a common tool for criminal recruiters. The offer seemed perfect, a part-time modeling job in Bangkok, Thailand, with a salary between $3,000 and $5,000 per month. Thailand is known worldwide for its beautiful beaches, vibrant culture, and growing fashion industry. For someone like Vera, who had modeling experience and dreamed of an international career, this seemed like the perfect next step. The offer included photo sessions and modeling contracts. Everything appeared legitimate. Vera was excited, posting on social media about her upcoming trip and the new chapter in her life. Her family later said she was thrilled about the opportunity and could barely wait to leave. On September 12, 2025, Vera boarded a flight to Bangkok. According to Thai immigration records, Vera arrived at Suvarnabhumi International Airport in Bangkok on September 12. Surveillance footage showed her passing through automated passport control alone, with no visible signs of distress or coercion. For the first few weeks, Vera maintained contact with her family. But on October 4, 2025, the messages stopped. Her phone went silent. Her parents heard nothing. Alarmed, her mother Olga reported her disappearance on October 9, contacting the Belarusian embassy in Vietnam, which also covers Myanmar, as well as consulates in Bangkok and Yangon. What the family would soon learn was deeply troubling. Thai immigration records showed that Vera had left Thailand on September 20th, just 8 days after arriving, crossing the border into Myanmar. Myanmar, which borders Thailand, has become notorious for something most people have never heard of: industrial-scale cyber scam operations. These are not small-time fraud rings. They are massive, organized criminal enterprises, often run by Chinese gangs with support from local militias. The operations are housed in what look like modern office complexes or resort-style facilities, complete with restaurants, shops, and recreational areas. But don't be fooled, these are prisons. According to a United Nations Human Rights Commission report from February 2025, an estimated 120,000 people from 21 countries are being held in these facilities against their will. The victims are forced to conduct cyber fraud operations, primarily targeting people in wealthier countries. Here's how it works. Victims are forced to create fake profiles on dating apps and social media platforms. Using stolen photos, or sometimes their own, they build false identities and initiate conversations with targets, usually men in developed countries. Over weeks or months, they develop fake romantic relationships, all with one goal: to extract money. The scams vary. Sometimes it's a fake investment opportunity. Sometimes it's an emergency where money is urgently needed. Sometimes it's cryptocurrency fraud or donation to a fictitious cause. The people forced to run these scams work exhausting shifts, sometimes 16 hours a day or more, under constant surveillance. They have no access to their phones, no contact with the outside world, and no way to escape. The facilities are surrounded by high walls, barbed wire, and armed guards. Those who fail to meet their daily targets face severe consequences: beatings, torture, denial of food, or worse. The exact details of what happened to Vera after she crossed into Myanmar remain unclear. Thai authorities have stated there is no evidence she was kidnapped on Thai soil, though the circumstances of her departure remain suspicious. What is known is that she ended up in Myanmar, and her family stopped hearing from her in early October. On October 16, 2025, Myanmar authorities issued an official document stating that Vera Kravtsova had died of a heart attack in a village and had been cremated the same day. But many questions remain unanswered. The Belarusian ambassador to the region, Vladimir Borovikov, has publicly stated that much of the information circulating about the case is unverified and based on rumors. He has cautioned against accepting sensationalized claims without evidence. Reports have circulated online claiming various horrific details about her captivity and death, but these remain unconfirmed. What is tragically clear is that a 26-year-old woman with dreams and a loving family is gone, and her family has been left with few answers and no closure. They don't know exactly what happened. They don't know where her ashes are, if she was indeed cremated. They simply want to bring their daughter home, or at least have something of her to remember. Vera's case is not isolated. It represents a growing crisis that is affecting thousands of people across the world. In October 2025, shortly after Vera's reported death, nearly 700 people managed to escape from one of these scam centers in Myanmar and crossed the border into Thailand. Thai immigration and military forces provided emergency assistance. The escapees were from various countries, men and women who had been lured with false job promises, just like Vera. The criminals behind these operations have become sophisticated. Their job advertisements look professional. They use real company names, create convincing websites, and sometimes even conduct video interviews. The salaries they offer are attractive but not unrealistic, usually in the range of $3,000 to $7,000 per month for customer service, marketing, or modeling positions. The targets are typically young people, often from developing countries, who are looking for opportunities to advance their careers or support their families. The criminals know exactly what to say and how to make their offers appear legitimate. Vera Kravtsova's story is a tragedy that should never have happened. A young woman with talent, dreams, and a loving family traveled to Southeast Asia looking for opportunity and never came home. We may never know exactly what happened to Vera in those final weeks. What we do know is that her case highlights a crisis that is affecting thousands of people, and that crisis is growing. The criminals behind these operations are sophisticated, well-funded, and ruthless. They prey on hope, ambition, and the universal desire for a better life. But awareness is our strongest weapon. By understanding how these scams work, recognizing the warning signs, and sharing information with others, we can protect ourselves and our loved ones. If Vera's story can prevent even one person from falling into the same trap, then perhaps her memory can serve a purpose beyond the tragedy itself. Rest in peace, Vera Kravtsova. Your family is still fighting for answers, and your story will not be forgotten. So how can you protect yourself? Here are the red flags that should make you think twice. Unsolicited job offers through social media or messaging apps. Legitimate companies rarely recruit through Telegram, WhatsApp, or direct messages on Instagram. Be especially wary if you didn't apply for the job in the first place. Promises of high pay for low-skill work. If a customer service job pays $5,000 a month and requires no experience, ask yourself why real modeling agencies build relationships over time. They don't offer contracts to strangers online. Request to travel before signing a contract. Legitimate employers provide detailed contracts before you buy plane tickets. Never travel to another country based on verbal promises alone. Vague job descriptions. If they can't clearly explain what you'll be doing day to day, that's a red flag. Marketing and customer relations are favorite covers for scam operations. Pressure to move quickly. Scammers create urgency. We need someone to start immediately, or this position won't be available long. Real employers understand you need time to make life-changing decisions. Jobs in Southeast Asian border regions. Be particularly cautious about jobs in Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, or border areas. These regions have become hotspots for trafficking operations. If you or someone you know receives a suspicious job offer, research the company thoroughly. Look for physical addresses, registered business information, and employee reviews on sites like Glassdoor. Verify the recruiter. Check their LinkedIn profile. Call the company directly, using a number you find independently, not one they provide. Talk to your family or friends. Scammers rely on people making quick, isolated decisions. Contact your country's embassy in the destination country before traveling. Never surrender your passport to an employer. This is a major warning sign. Trust your instincts. Something feels off, it probably is. If you're already in a situation where you feel trapped, try to contact your country's embassy or consulate. Reach out to organizations like the UN Human Rights Commission or International Organization for Migration. In Southeast Asia, the Thai government has established hotlines for trafficking victims. If you found this video informative, please share it. Someone you know might need to see this warning.